This song is here to remind you that you're never alone.
What goes in your heart today, it matters more than words that fade away. Like sunlight paints the world always, don't hide your eyes, disguise a beautiful day. Don't be a one-man show and go ahead and share the love you hold inside. Don't think twice, don't think that you're alone. You're alone, you're not alone. When you know the key is to share the love. Not alone. To find a heart that beats like yours, just give your heart to anyone in need. Spread the word, share the love, it's changing all that it can be. Don't be a one-man show and go ahead and share the love you hold inside. Don't think twice, don't think that you're alone. You're alone, you're not alone. When you know the key is to share the love. Not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Agape. If this is your first time, I want to thank you for being with us. Agape is a spiritual community that teaches a practical way of living through the teachings of the science of mind. We believe in personal responsibility. We teach it, and we teach you how you can create the life that you desire, the life that just lifts you up. So whether you're here for the first time or you're returning, hey, write a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if during my presentation today something comes up for me and you want clarity on it. I'd love to talk with you about it. I'd love to give you that answer. I'm here to help you discover the power within you, because that's what Agape is about. We're here to support your conscious evolution. And we believe that by doing so, we can change the world one person at a time. What we value is conscious awareness, personal growth, authenticity, and community. We're not a religion. We don't have a dogma. We have a leap of faith. That leap of faith is that you believe that there is something greater than you are and that it is infinite. Could be just infinite consciousness. We don't believe in a supreme being because that's anthropomorphizing God. That's giving God human qualities. And this thing that we call God, it's everything. It's everything, and it's everything that exists, and it's everything that doesn't exist. And if there's only one infinite, you and I are created out of it, and we're individualized expressions of it. And as such, our lives are here to fully express and experience life. That's what we teach at Agape. So, I always like to start our services by going within, slowing down. So if you would, bring yourself to a comfortable seated upright position with your back straight, your hands gently resting on your lap. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. The simple act of breathing in and breathing out. With every breath, feel your body go deeper and deeper and deeper into relaxation, starting at the top of your head and moving down into your neck, shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers, into your back, chest, abdomen. Now it moves into your hips, your sacral area, your legs, your ankles, your feet, and your toes. And your body gets into a deeper and deeper and deeper state of relaxation. See yourself now surrounded by a bubble of white light. You're actually in a spiritual cocoon where you're protected, you're safe. In this cocoon, let go of all of your thoughts and allow yourself to merge into the allness, into the infinite nature of love that you are a part of. And in this nature, you have no boundaries. You are not finite. You are also an infinite expression within the divine infinite. And it is perfect. It is here that our bodies heal. It is here that our minds become clear. It's here where we know the truth. There is no limitation. Limitation is an illusion. And we sit here and bask in infinite possibilities, realizing that the power to create them is within us. There is a power greater than we are, and we use it, and we can use it for anything we choose. Notice how good that feels. We are one with all that is. And all that is responds to us. Feeling that sense of ease, that sense of just knowing without any rationalization. How good that feels. Knowing that this is where we start our creative process. We now bring ourselves back to this time, to this place, to this day, gently moving your fingers and your hands, opening your eyes, putting a smile on your face, and welcoming this perfect day. Well, today, I thought I'd start off with this question. Are you PC? Now, you're probably saying, what do you mean, Lee? Why are you asking me, am I politically correct? That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you the capital PC. And that is, are you persistent and consistent? Because, my friends, that is the key to being a creator. That is the key to using your personal power. Ernest Holmes said, there is a power for good greater than you are, greater than we are in the universe, and we can use it. And one of the keys to using that power is our persistency and consistency. So I thought I'd talk about that today. Being persistent means continuing to do something even though it's difficult, either because it's a change in a long-term behavior or other people want you to stop. It's difficult to change. It's difficult because you're trying to change a behavior that you've been doing for a long time. Or it's difficult to stop because it's a behavior other people want you to do, but you don't want to do what other people want. Persistency means continuing to do it even though it's difficult. Let's look at consistent. Always acting or behaving in the same way, in the same pattern. The example of this is going to the gym. Are you persistent in going to the gym each and every week? Are you consistent in doing a routine that challenges you? If you are persistent and consistent going to the gym, you will have a body that is stronger, more flexible than by not doing it. If you are not persistent and consistent, it won't happen. I look at this persistency and consistency in light of the tale of the turtle versus the hare. The race between the turtle and the hare. And you know, the rabbit, it runs like crazy. Then it stops and it goes here, there, and that. The turtle just consistently and persistently plods along. And life is a journey. It's not about rushing to a destination. It's about moving forward. Consciously moving forward toward a self-determined result. I believe in life. Sometimes you have to move fast. But I believe that if you're persistent and consistent as the tortoise, you will achieve a result greater than anything you can imagine. In other words, it would go along with the idea, if you invest $5 every day, and let's just pick this, an S&P 500 index fund, and you're 20 years old, by the time you're 65, you'll be a very wealthy person. But if you're a rabbit and you rush and you spend, you rush and you spend, and then all of a sudden at 50 you invest $1,000, and then you start investing $1,000 once a month, guess what? By the time you're 65, you won't have near the amount of money that the person who invested $5 a day from the time they were 20. It's the persistency and consistency that makes it. So then we want to ask the question then, is change possible? The answer is yes. But for change to be possible, we must have a desire to change. Without a desire, we will not even entertain the possibility of making a change. You see, a lot of times we're told that desires are not good. Desires are wonderful. It's why we're here in human body. We don't live to desire things that are not meaningful. It's we desire things that have meaning to us. I have a desire to be a greater teacher. Why? Because I get great pleasure out of teaching. The more I teach, the better I feel, because when you teach something, you learn it. You learn it at the deepest of levels. And every day I'm doing something to, how can I be a greater teacher? What can I learn so that I can pass it on? But you got to have a desire to change. You see, most people my age are retired. I'm not retired. I'm just beginning, because I want to change, because I understand that change is what life is about. And so a lot of people will say to me, Lee, why change? How can you change? What I've learned is that in order to change, we must have a reason, a big reason, or many reasons that piled up together give us a big reason as to why we want to change. Because without why, the desire is a fairy tale. The desire is a fantasy. I remember so clearly in my early 30s and late 20s of wanting to change and stop smoking. Yeah, I was a smoker. And I thought I was healthy because I jogged 3.5 miles, I went to the gym, ate healthy, but I was smoking 2 packs a day. And you know that wasn't good, but I was fooling myself. And I tried to quit. I can't tell you how many times I never quit. I didn't have a why. And then one day when I was 33 years of age and I was holding my son who was an infant, and I was smoking a cigarette, and he looked up at me, and he couldn't talk, but he looked up at me, and I said, oh, I don't want him to see me doing this. I don't want this to be an example. And you see, once my son Stephen came into my life, being a father was the most important thing in the world to me. And I quit smoking that day. Never had another cigarette since, because I had a big why. The big why was one of my top values, and that was to be a dad. So I quit. I don't know what your why is, but I know that it's there, and you can build a why. That's something we talk about and we teach at Agape. With a big why, all change is possible. So first, we build a desire. We build a why. And then, my friends, we've got to make a decision. We've got to decide. And to decide is to make a final choice or judgment about where we want to take our life. A choice where we're willing to commit 100% of our effort. When I decided to quit smoking, there was no other possibility. When I decided to heal myself of a brain tumor, there was no other possibility. When I decided to start an independent spiritual center called Agape, there was no other possibility. And with no other possibility, you just move forward 100%. You wishing does not mean deciding. Hoping does not mean deciding. Deciding says, I am pursuing this, and I will do everything and anything to achieve it. Yeah. When I decided to get married, way back when, and I didn't know this stuff then, but I decided to get married at 21. I had no money. I still had a year of college to go. My wife had 2 years of college to go. We didn't have a place to stay. We had nothing. But we decided we were going to be married. And we left no other possibility. And here we are, almost 49 years later, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, loving each other and loving life. Because we decided to create an extraordinary life together. Was it easy? No. But we decided, and when you decide, you find ways to make it work. And you're never settling. You're never settling. I will look at my wife today. I've never settled on anything I've ever done with her. It's always been for more. Always been for more. Here's the next step. Once you decide, you got to follow through. You got to proceed forward with all of our actions aligned with our decision until we achieve our desired result. Follow through, my friends, is where persistency and consistently come in. Without follow through, you're just throwing water into the wind. Nothing as good is going to happen. This is the biggest fault, not the biggest fault, this is the biggest stumbling block for everyone that I know that's on the spiritual path. Everyone wants to bounce from one modality to another modality, thinking they're going to have an easy fix, a quick fix. No such thing. It's a persistent, consistent, daily spiritual practice. One of the things that I love about what we teach in religious science is that our thoughts create. In fact, our thoughts are always creating. The question is, are we doing it on purpose? Are we persistent and consistent with our thoughts? Or are they sporadic? Do we have them, we think about them, and then all of a sudden we allow the old patterns of thought to come back? You see, until you're persistent and consistent with your thought process, the creative power that is within you is going to create the predominant thought atmosphere that you have. To change that atmosphere, it requires persistency and consistency. You, my friends, I believe that we all want to be a deliberate creator. A deliberate creator is an individual who, in the midst of chaos, can think prosperously, lovingly, healthfully. That person is a deliberate creator. It's easy to think you're a deliberate creator when there's no chaos. And today, more than ever, there seems to be more chaos, or let's see, the awareness of chaos than we've ever experienced, at least in my life. But in the midst of that, can you think prosperously? Can you think about abundance? Can you think about being loving and kind? Can you think about being healthy? Or are you caught up in the illusion of chaos that surrounds us in the world today? Who's controlling your thoughts? Is it you? Or is it the narrative that is being spoken all around? To be a conscious creator takes great courage, because you're going to be a warrior, a spiritual warrior. And sometimes on that journey, it may appear that you are all alone. But because you've made a decision to create a desire that you have a big why for, no matter what, you will persistently and consistently march the path toward the creation and experience of that which lifts you and lights you up. And my friends, you will look at the end of your life back over it, and you will be so grateful that you became that spiritual warrior, that you stood alone and created your magnificent light. And when you're standing there, you'll notice that you were a light in the world, and the light that you presented benefited everyone around you, because we are all connected. And yet, we're all on our own individual journey. BPC. Be persistent and consistent in living and creating your dream life. Because if you don't, no one else will. And you deserve to have the life of your dreams. Let us pray. I go within and I know that there is only one It is infinite, it is all-knowing, it is everywhere present, it has always been and always will be. I am one with it, and every human being on the planet is one with it. I know that there is a divine wisdom that is present everywhere. It is present within me, it is present within each and every person listening to this talk. And what I do in this prayer is I awaken that wisdom within me. I open my mind to the truth. I open my mind that I'm part of the infinite mind and that divine guidance is flowing in and through and as me right here, right now, this day and every day. And I am open to listening, to hearing that guidance. And what I know for me, I know for every person listening, and I know for every person in the world, because I have to know it, because if it's true for me, it's true for everyone. And if you out there are willing to step into your creative power, that power within the infinite mind is there for you to tap into right here, right now. I see it, sense it, know it, and know it must be made so. So I am guided to my great, glorious, and grand life, and I know that you are guided to your grand, glorious, and great life, whatever it is. And I know that the why makes its way known, and with that why, we are persistent and consistent, powerful, independent creators of a life that is worthy of us. I live in gratitude, knowing that there is a power for good within me and within you, and that we can use it, and we can use it with no limitations. How good that is. I bless it, I allow it, I accept it, and I claim it now. And so it is. Amen. Well, while we're in this state of prayer, join with me as we say our treatment for financial freedom together. Put feeling in it as we say this, because your feeling gives it the power. I live in gratitude, knowing that I am financially free to do what I want, when I want, and how I want. And so it is. I invite you, if you receive something from this message, to support Agape, to make a donation, and allow us to continue to bring this message to the world. We do something every day of the week that's available to you and any person who wants to join, where they can plug in with like-minded people to change and create the life of their dreams. You can give via text to give. You can scan the QR code that's on the screen in front of you. Or you can go to Agape Spiritual Center and make a donation online. Whatever you give, give with love. Not out of obligation, but understand that there is a law of giving and receiving. And if you received, it's natural to give. And if you give, it's natural to receive. It's part of the circle of life. I invite you to join me and support this thing called Agape. And let's create a bigger and bigger circle worldwide. So if you want to connect a little bit more, if you haven't already, join our email list. Receive my daily thoughts that I send out every day, or get a once-a-week newsletter by simply signing up at agapespiritualcenter.com. I think you'll find it's a way to get some daily inspiration. Also, you'll get a newsletter of all the events that we're putting on. And I've got an incredible schedule that I'm putting together so that in 2022, there are so many offerings that are going to happen for you that you can use to create your better life. Also, if you would like to become more connected Every day we have a meditation sangha. That's a meditation community that meets at 7 a.m. We do live meditations every day. Every day at 8 a.m. I do a Thoughts That Can Change Your Life on Facebook and YouTube. Weekly, we have an in-person meditation service. We have an in-person Sunday service. We have an online Sunday service. And on Wednesdays, we have an online Agape gatherings, 11 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 7 p.m. Central Time. So no matter where you are in the world, you can plug in. Everyone is welcome. All of this information is available at agapespiritualcenter.com. If you're looking for prayer support, we have 4 magnificent practitioners, Jean Wolak, Jean and Susie Morrissey, and Doreen Breedlove. You can find them on their email addresses or phone numbers on the Agape website. They are here to support you through spiritual mind treatment, which is our form of affirmative prayer. I want to take a moment now and thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen. If you found this valuable, I invite you to share it. Let people know that we're here for you. So, without further ado, I know that you're creating a great life, and I want you to know that as you do that, Agape supports you, and I love you and accept you just the way you are, because I see that you are a perfect, unique, and whole expression that the infinite decided to be. Until next time,